Dawn comes crawling through the kitchen blinds, tracing out the dust that I left behind. The house is dead quiet, save for the old fridge hum, and the feeling in my chest that's going numb. I strike a match and put the kettle on the stove, walking through the motions in this empty cold. Muscle memories is a cruel, unforgiving friend. I reach into the cupboard and I do it all again. I pull down 2 mugs from the wooden shelf before I even realize I'm just pouring for myself. Now it's cold coffee and a heavy plate of regret, staring at the wooden chair where you used to sit. The toast is turning dry, the morning sun is pale. I'm just an old ghost trapped inside a quiet jail. I trace the checkered pattern on the tablecloth, watching the steam fade out, realizing what I lost. Yeah, the hardest part of waking up, I'm willing to admit, is facing down this cold coffee and regrets. There's your favorite yellow mug with the chip upon the rim. I poured it black and bitter, filled it right up to the brim. I bought the morning paper, tossed it on the empty seat. Reading about the world outside feels like a bit of cheat, because my world stopped spinning on a Tuesday in July, when the doctor bowed his head and couldn't look me in the eye. I should have said I love you every time you walked right through that door, instead of leaving you to wonder what my calloused heart beat for. Now it's cold coffee and a heavy plate of regret, staring at the wooden chair where you used to sit. The toast is turning dry, the morning sun is pale. I'm just an old ghost trapped inside a quiet jail. I trace the checkered pattern on the tablecloth, watching the steam fade out, realizing what I lost. Yeah, the hardest part of waking up, I'm willing to admit, is facing down this cold coffee and regrets. Preacher says to count my blessings, says to bow my head and pray. He says the good Lord gives and the good Lord takes away. Well, I'd trade every acre, every dollar, every dime, just to hear you humming while you cut a piece of lime. I'd try to clear the table, try to put the plates away, but if I wash your glass, it means you're really gone today. So I just sit here frozen while the hands move on the clock, waiting for a key to turn inside the front door lock. clock is striking 8. The morning light is moving on. The warmth is completely gone, just like my setting sun. I pick your yellow mug up and I walk it to the sink. I pour it down the drain, but I'm too paralyzed to think. Tomorrow I will wake up and I'll walk these floors again, a prisoner of the habit and a lifetime of the pain. Just cold coffee and a heavy plate of regret, staring at the wooden chair where you used to sit. The toast is turning dry, the morning sun is pale. I'm just an old ghost trapped inside a quiet jail. I trace a checkered pattern on the tablecloth, watching the steam fade out, realizing what I lost. Yeah, the hardest part of waking up, I'm willing to admit, is facing down this cold coffee and regrets. Yeah, coffee's gone cold, just like this house, just like these hands. I'm so sorry I didn't hold you more. Just cold coffee and an empty chair. The sun is sinking down behind the tree line. The sky's turning bruised and purple blue. I strike a match to light my evening tobacco, and settle in this chair the way I always do. The gravel at the bottom of the driveway starts to blur as the twilight settles in. The crickets tune their strings out in the tall grass, and this old mind of mine starts playing tricks again. I see shadows on a dirt road, dancing in the fading of the light. I swear I see a tall man walking up the shoulder, carrying a canvas bag out of the night. I lean against the rail and I hold my breath, praying that my boy has finally come back home. But it's just the shadows on a dirt road, reminding me I'm out here all alone. I still remember the night you packed your Chevy. Said this dying town was suffocating you. We had words that a father shouldn't utter, and my stubborn bed of pride just bit right into you. You pointed your headlights toward the city, to the concrete and the neon and the noise, and I stood right here and watched the taillights fade away, losing the only thing that gave this old man joy. And now there's shadows on a dirt road, dancing in the fading of the light. I I swear I see you tall and walking up the shoulder, carrying a canvas flag out of the night. I lean against the rail and I hold my breath, praying that my boy has finally come back home. But it's just the shadows on a dirt road, reminding me I'm out here all alone. The porch light flickers on and casts a yellow glow, illuminating nothing but the dust. I guess the skyline kept its promise to you, son, and took away the only thing I had to trust. I'll leave this boat burning through the midnight every single evening till my dying day, in case you ever find your way back down this lane, and forgive the foolish things I had to say. Until then, there's shadows on a dirt road, dancing in the fading of the light. I swear I see a tall man walking up the shoulder, carrying a canvas bag out of the night. I lean against the railing and I hold my breath, praying that my boy has finally come back home. But it's just the shadows, just an old man's shadows. I'm so sorry, son. The porch light, it's on the porch light, is always on. The sun is sinking down behind the tree line. The sun is sinking down behind the tree line. The sun is sinking down. The sun is sinking down. The sun is sinking down. The sun is sinking down behind the tree line. The sky is turning bruised and purple blue. The sun is sinking down Bisford Street's breeze lines. I'm settling this chair the way I always do. fire dies down in the heavy iron grate. The shadows stretch long, yeah, the hour is getting late. I'm sitting in the dark in this worn-out leather chair, staring at the dust motes dancing in the freezing air. There ain't a single voice left to echo down the hall, just a fading floral paper peeling off the parlor wall. But the silence in this farmhouse ain't really silent at all. There's a heartbeat in the timber waiting for the axe to fall. Every swing of the pendulum, every strike of the chime is a cruel, heavy echo of my wasted time. It's counting every promise that I drowned inside the glass, every chance I had to save us that I just let slip past. Yeah, the house is dead and quiet, and I got no one left to tell that the clock on the mantel sounds just like a tolling bell, reminding me the devil always comes to take his due. And I traded all my tomorrows for 100 proof brew. It's an antique piece of oak with a face of faded gold, a wedding gift from a lifetime ago, before my blood ran cold. I remember when she wound it up and smiled at me so bright, back when I was a younger man, before I gave up on the fight. But the amber liquor called to me, sweeter than her voice, and night after night I made a bitter, selfish choice. Now I look up at the Roman numerals staring back at me, and they look like the bars of a prison where I swallowed the key. Every swing of the pendulum, every strike of the chime is a cruel, heavy echo of my wasted time. It's counting every promise that I drowned inside the glass, every chance I had to save us that I just let slip past. Yeah, the house is dead and quiet, and I got no one left to tell that the clock on the mantel sounds just like a tolling bell, reminding me the devil always comes to take his due. And I traded all my tomorrows for 100 proof brew. I tried to stop the hands last week, I shattered the glass pane, I screamed into the empty room until I nearly went insane. I took my bleeding knuckles and I held the brass weight still, but the ticking just kept echoing out across the windowsill. You can break the wooden casing, you can tear it from the wall, but you can't rewind the hours when you've lost it all. Every swing of the pendulum, every strike of the chime is a cruel, heavy echo of my wasted time. was counting every promise that I drowned inside the glass. Every chance I had to save us that I just let slip past. Yeah, the house is dead and quiet, and I got no one left to tell that the clock on the mantel sounds just like a tolling bell, reminding me the devil always comes to take his due. And I traded all my tomorrows for 100 proof brew. Tick tock, yeah, it never slows down. Just counting the regrets, 1 hour, 1 minute, 1 second at a time. The morning dew is heavy on the iron of this wheel. I've been sitting out here in the quiet since the dawn began to steal. This old diesel hasn't turned a gear since the drought of '99. Now it's just a graveyard monument at the edge of the property line. I trace the cracked and faded paint, the green that turned to brown. Listen to the silence of a man who let his family down. There's a dust cloud kicking up down on the county road, and it's carrying a weight that this old farm can no longer hold. I'm holding on to a handful of rust, watching 3 generations slowly turn to dust. The bank man's driving up the lane in a shiny black sedan to take the soul right out the chest of a broken, callous man. I promised my daddy I'd hold the line, I promised I'd be tough, but the soil went dry, the well ran low, and the praying wasn't enough. Now the legacy they left to me is blowing in the gust, and all I've got in these shaking hands is a handful of rust. My granddaddy cleared this timber with a crosscut and a mule. He bled into this very dirt, raised my daddy by the golden rule. Said you work the land, you feed the land, and the land will provide. But he never saw the bottom fall or the rising corporate tide. I mortgaged out the acreage just to buy the winter seed, but you can't outwork a changing world or satisfy its greed. I signed the papers in the dark, trying to buy another year, and now the consequence of my defeat is finally pulling near. And I'm holding on to a handful of rust, watching 3 generations slowly turn to dust. The bank man's driving up the lane in a shiny black sedan to take the soul right out the chest of a broken, callous man. I promised my daddy I'd hold the line, A single quiet tear cuts through the dirt upon my weathered face as the men in suits step on the grass to take away my place. I grip the steering wheel so hard, the metal starts to flake. How much of a beating can one old farmer take? I step down from the tractor seat, my boots hit the dry ground. The quiet is surrender without a single sound. I walk toward the driveway to hand over the iron keys. A king without a kingdom, brought completely to his knees. With a handful of rust, watching 3 generations slowly turn to dust. The bank man's waiting at the fence in a shiny black sedan to take the soul right out the chest of a broken, callous man. I promised my daddy I'd hold the line, I promised I'd be tough, but the soil went dry, the well ran low, and the praying wasn't enough. Now the legacy they left to me is blowing in the gust, and all I've got in these shaking hands is a handful of rust. Yeah, a handful of rust. I rub the orange flakes between my fingers. I'm so sorry, Granddad. I did the best I could. Cardboard box of memories I keep beneath the bed, full of old ticket stubs and words better left unsaid. Tonight the house was quiet and the bourbon poured too strong, so I pulled it from the shadows where it's hidden for so long. Down at the very bottom, beneath a rusted ring of keys, lies a silver-plated picture frame that brings me to my knees. It's a portrait from a chapel exactly 30 years ago, when the world was wide and open and the fire had a glow. I wipe away the layer of dust across the fragile glass and stare into the eyes of a ghost from my own past. Who is the man in the faded photograph, with the light in his eyes and the easy, reckless laugh? Standing so tall with an angel side before he traded in his promises for whiskey and his pride. He thought he had it figured out, thought he had a solid plan, but looking through the cracked glass at the bridge that spans, I just don't recognize that smiling, hopeful man. His skin is smooth and weathered, his shoulders proud and straight. He hasn't felt the crushing blow of consequence and weight. He's looking at the camera like he's gonna conquer time, unaware that every mountain is a brutal, bloody climb. I see the way he holds her hand, so gentle and so sure. He honestly believes that his intentions are completely pure. He doesn't know the monster that is sleeping in his veins. He doesn't know he'll be the one to orchestrate the pain. I trace his paper silhouette beneath my callous thumb and wonder exactly when his beating heart went numb. Who is the man in the faded photograph, with the light in his eyes and the easy, reckless laugh? Standing so tall with an angel by his side before he traded in his promises for whiskey and his pride. He thought he had it figured out, thought he had a solid plan, but looking through the cracked glass at the bridge that spans, I just don't recognize that smiling, hopeful man. I wanna reach right through the frame and grab him by the coat. I wanna warn him about the bitter pills he's gonna have to swallow down his throat. I wanna scream, put down the bottle, boy, and hold her while you can. Tell him every selfish choice is gonna break him as a man. But he's frozen in the silver, deaf to all my desperate cries, just staring back at me with those naive, unbroken eyes. Yeah, I'm screaming at a picture, but the picture cannot hear. The glass reflects the shadows of my wrinkles and my gray. The ghost of who I used to be is slowly fading out away. I lay the picture face down upon the wooden floor. I just can't bear to look at it, this foolish grin no more. I pour another swallow from the bottle on the stand and drink a bitter toast to a stranger's empty hand. To the man in the faded photograph, with a light in his eyes and the easy, reckless laugh. Standing so tall with an angel by promises for whiskey and his pride. He thought he had it figured out, thought he had a solid plan. But looking through the cracked glass at the bridge that spans, I just don't recognize that smiling, hopeful man. No, I don't know him at all. He died a long, long time ago. I'm so sorry I let you down, kid. I'm so sorry I broke her heart, before slowly collapsing into a weeping, agonizing wail. It perfectly captures the profound devastation of realizing you cannot change the past, slowly fading back down into a quiet, defeated away. The air is getting thinner up here on the timberline, and my hands are cold and trembling, pouring out this dandelion wine. The fire is burning down to embers in the belly of the stove, and I'm the last man breathing in this forgotten mountain grove. I pull the wool blanket tight across my weary, aching bones, listening into the timber as it settles and it groans. I look out through the window at the mist upon the pines, and realize I finally reached the end of all my lines. And there's a heavy, holy silence in the valley down below, where the ghosts of my transgressions have nowhere left to go. I'm sitting on this mountain, watching the daylight fade to gray, making peace with my maker at the ending of the day. I ain't got the strength to run, I ain't got the will to fight, just surrendering to the silence in the valley tonight. I lived my life by the iron, I took what wasn't mine, I rode ahead of the thunder, and I left the truth behind. There are graves along the border that I'm too ashamed to name, and a trail of broken people who had to bear my heavy blame. But the silver in my beard is just the ash of all those fires, and I'm too tired to keep running know the devil's got a ledger. I know the pain my actions bring. I don't expect a choir of angels to carry me away. I know the wages of my sins are debts I have to pay. But before this old heart gives out and I draw my final breath, I just wanna lay this burden down before I meet my death. Forgive me for the ruin, forgive me for the tears. Let the wind wipe clean the wreckage of my miserable years. The sun is finally dipping past the jagged western peaks. For the first time in a lifetime, my sorrow doesn't speak. I fold my hands across my chest and lean back in this chair. I close my eyes and let the mountain take me in the freezing air. The pain is finally lifting from my shoulders and my back as the sky above the cabin fades from purple into black. 'Cause there's a heavy, holy silence in the valley down below, where the ghosts of my transgressions have nowhere left to go. I'm sitting on this mountain watching the daylight fade to gray, making peace with my maker at the ending of the day. I ain't got the strength to run, I ain't got the will to fight, just surrendering to the silence in the valley tonight. Yeah. It's so quiet now, I'm ready, Lord. Tired of the running, take me off this mountain, just the wind and the silence. Frost is creeping up the window pane. The floorboards settle in the midnight rain. I walk this hallway like a ghost in my own home, just an old man learning how to be alone. I turn a corner and I stop dead in my tracks, staring at the shadows on the wall out back. Everything in this house has gathered a little dust, but there's one thing here that I just cannot touch. There's a faded wool coat hanging by the door. It hasn't felt go into wind in 3 years or more. You're still on that empty coat rack. They tell me I should box it up, say it's time I face the facts. But if I take it down, there's no turning back. I swear I still catch vanilla and pine, buried in the collar from a sweeter, softer time. When the nights get quiet and the bourbon pours too strong, I stand right here and try to figure out what went wrong. I reach out my calloused hand to brush the heavy sleeve, and for a broken second my stubborn heart believes you just stepped inside to shake off the evening chill. But the house is dead quiet and the air is heavy and still. There's a faded wool coat hanging by the door. It hasn't felt the winter wind in 3 years or more. It still holds a safe, but its shoulders in black, hanging like a memory on that empty coat rack. They tell me I should box it up, say it's time I face the facts. But if I take it down, there's no turning back. My bones are getting tired. I spend most of my evenings staring into a dying fire. I know I'm holding on to a ghost I cannot keep, but it's the only piece of you that watches while I sleep. So I leave it right there where you left it on that day, until the good Lord comes and carries me away. There's a faded wool coat hanging by the door. It hasn't felt the winter wind in 3 years or more. It still holds the shape of your shoulders in the black, hanging like a memory on that empty coat rack. They tell me I should box it up, say it's time I face the facts. But if I take it down, there's no turning back. No, I won't take it down. I can't take it down. Let the dust settle on the floorboards, let the years roll on. That coat stays right there, even though you're gone. Just me and this empty coat there. Yeah, I'm waiting on a train that ain't coming back. Creeping up, the frost is creeping up. The frost is creeping up. creeping up the window pane. The frost is creeping up the window pane. Oh, the frost is creeping up the window pane. The frost is creeping up the window pane. The frost is creeping up. Creeping up the window pane. The frost is creeping up the window pane. The frost is creeping up. Go! The frost is creeping up. The frost is creeping up. Oh, the frost is creeping up. Frost is creeping up. The frost is creeping up. The neon sign is buzzing through the motel window pane. I'm waking up to black coffee and the sound of morning rain. I sit on the edge of the mattress, rub the sleep out of my eyes, and reach down for the leather that's been my only alibi. They're cracked and scarred and weather beaten, worn down to the thread. They carried me away from every promise that I made. I tip them upside down, hear the stones hit the floor. Just a handful of the miles I've put between me and your door. There's gravel in my boots from a lifetime on the run, chasing down the shadows, trying to outrun the sun. And I traded in my roots for a highway with no wind. Lived behind my lovers, walked away from all my friends. Yeah, I told myself that freedom was a solitary road, but a man without an anchor carries double the load. Now the tread is wearing thin and the devil's in pursuit, and all I've got to show for it is the gravel in my boots. I remember a girl in Tulsa with a ribbon in her hair. She begged me just to stay a while, pull up a rocking chair. But the engine of that old Ford started calling out my name, and I told her I was broken, that I couldn't be tamed. I thought I was an outlaw, thought I had to ride alone, but the truth is I was terrified of building up a home. So I kept the wheels turning, kept my foot upon the gas, leaving nothing but a cloud of dust and gold stuck in the past. There's gravel in my boots from a lifetime on the run, chasing down the shadows, trying to outrun the sun. I traded in my roots for a highway with no wind. Left behind my lovers, walked away from all my friends. Yeah, I told myself that freedom was a solitary road, gravel in my boots. My bones are getting heavy and my breathing's getting rough. I'm finding out the hard way that running ain't enough. You can put 1,000 miles between you and your mistakes, but they'll ride right in the passenger seat no matter what it takes. Oh, the winter's getting colder than it did when I was young, and the bitter taste of regret is resting on my tongue. Looking at the map tonight, but I've run out of lines. I've seen every desert highway, I've crossed the county signs. There's nowhere left to run to, no bridge left to burn, just an old man at a crossroad with nowhere left to turn. I'm taking off these boots tonight, setting them aside. I'm too tired to keep walking, too broken down to hide. There's gravel in my boots from a lifetime on the run, chasing down the shadows, trying to outrun the sun. I traded in my roots for a highway with no wind. Left behind my lovers, walked away from all my friends. Yeah, I told myself that freedom was a solitary road, but a man without an anchor carries double the load. Now the tread is wearing thin, and I'm giving up the pursuit. Nothing left to show for it but the gravel in my boots. Yeah, the gravel in my boots. Just rocks and dust and wasted years, shaking out the stones, but I can't shake the tears. I was looking for a match in the desk downstairs, sorting through the wreckage of my wasted years. Pulled open the bottom drawer, the oak that always sticks, hidden underneath a pile of unpaid bills and rusted keys. There it was, resting in the dark, yellowed at the edge, ghost of a promise that I pushed out on the ledge, sealed up tight with a faded postage stamp. lit up by the flicker of this kerosene lamp. My hands started shaking before I even picked it up, like a drowning man staring at an empty cup. It's a letter I never mailed, an apology in ink, everything I couldn't say. Every time I took a drink, it says I'm sorry that I broke you, I'm sorry that I failed, but it's just a piece of paper and a letter I never mailed. It weighs 100 pounds in the palm of my hand, the heavy silent cowardice of a broken, lonely man. I wrote it 10 years ago on a Sunday afternoon, when the whiskey finally wore off and I was howling at the moon. I wrote down how I missed you, how I missed your little laugh, how my stubborn pride tore our family in half. I wrote that I was sorry I wasn't there to walk you down the aisle, and I'd trade my final breath just to see you smile. I sealed it with a teardrop and a shaky signature, but I couldn't bear the thought of finding out you weren't sure. So it's a letter I never mailed, an apology in ink, everything I couldn't say. Every time I took a drink, it says I'm sorry that I broke you, I'm sorry that I failed, but it's just a piece of paper in a letter I never mailed. It weighs 100 pounds in the palm of my hand, the heavy silent cowardice of a broken, lonely man. Slide the drawer shut, push it back into the wood, tell myself I'll send it tomorrow, knowing I never could. Maybe when I'm gone and they clean this old place out, you'll find it in the dust and finally know, without a doubt, that your daddy always loved you, even though he was a fool. Then the distance that I kept was just a shield I used as a tool. It's a letter I never mailed, an apology in ink, everything I couldn't say. Every time I took a drink, it says I'm sorry that I broke you, I'm sorry that I failed, but it's just a piece of paper in a letter I never mailed. It weighs 100 pounds in the palm of my hand, the heavy silent cowardice of a broken, lonely man. Yeah, I never mailed it, I'm so sorry, honey. I just couldn't drop it in the dark, just a coward and a stand in a broken heart. I take the long way past the tractor and the broken wooden bridge, out to the far fence line where the tall grass meets the clay, where I go to wash the heavy dust of the world away. There's a giant standing quiet in the fading evening light, with branches hanging heavy, hiding me from sight. I pull my collar up against the sudden evening chill and walk into the shadows where time stands completely still. I sit down in the dirt and lean my back against the bark, just a tired, callous man waiting on the dark. I pull a bottle of Kentucky bourbon from my faded coat and take a bitter swallow just to clear my dusty throat. Then I tip the bottle over, let it spill onto the ground, listening to the wind, the only other sound. I watch the amber liquid soak into the dry, cracked earth and try to calculate exactly what a stolen life is worth. Just me, this whiskey, and a weeping willow tree, pouring out a spirit for the boy you used to be. It's been 37 years since the angels called your name, but under these heavy branches everything is still the same. The roots drink up the sorrow, the leaves soak up the tears, and I sit here sharing bourbon with a ghost across the years. Yeah, the world keeps moving on, but I'm right where I belong, with a whiskey and a weeping willow song. I still remember the headlights cutting through the blinding rain, the screeching of the tires, the sudden jagged pain. We were just two reckless kids thinking we were 10 feet tall, but the black ice on the county line finally made us fall. I woke up in a white room begging them to bring you in, but the doctor shook his head and the nightmare let me in. I've been carrying the weight of surviving ever since that dawn, wondering why the good Lord took you and let this fool live on. Just me, this whiskey, and a weeping willow tree, pouring out a spirit for the boy you used to be. It's been 37 years since the angels called your name, but under these heavy branches everything is still the same. The roots drink up the sorrow, the leaves soak up the tears, and I sit here sharing bourbon with a ghost across the years. Yeah, the world keeps moving on, but I'm right where I belong, with a whiskey and a weeping willow song. Now my hair is turning silver and my hands are getting slow. I've lived twice the life you got, with nothing much to show. They say that time's a healer, but I know that's just a lie. Time is just a thief that steals the tears right from your eyes. It takes the edge off of the blade, but the scar still burns like fire. And every year I have to live just pulls me through the wire. empty. The stars are breaking through. I guess it's time I head back to the house, say goodnight to you. I'll leave the last drop in the soil right here at your feet. A promise from an older brother that I intend to keep. I'll come back every Sunday till my walking days are done, until I close my eyes for good and my race is finally run. Just me, this whiskey, and a weeping willow tree, pouring out a spirit for the boy you used to be. It's been 37 years since the angels called your name, but under these heavy branches everything is still the same. The roots drink up the sorrow, the leaves soak up the tears, and I sit here sharing bourbon with a ghost across the years. Yeah, until we meet again, brother, I'll keep your memory green.